Okay. Yeah, so bro, I had to buy a new mouse, right? So let me tell you about these last 3 weeks of Mic Check Waifu Waifu.
Uh-oh.
So 2 weeks ago, I have this really cool RGB mechanical gaming keyboard.
Yeah, me too.
And I was drinking some like rum and coke, and it spilled all on the keyboard.
God damn it.
Right. I haven't even touched it, right? Then you know, Monique and I and Chunk Daddy, we all go out and enjoy our little day out doing our own things. And we get home and Monique brings in my Coke and she sits it down and it spills all over my mouse. And I'm just like, so
not only did you need to get a new keyboard, but you had to get a mouse too.
Yeah, but luckily I already had an extra keyboard. So that's one thing. I didn't matter about the keyboard. The mouse, I didn't have an extra mouse. And I'm just like, so luckily I work at Best Buy, so I went and bought me a new mouse.
Right. For the low too.
For the low, right. And it is an RGB mouse, but I'm not going to use it for RGB, obviously. I don't really care about all that.
See if you was a real computer gamer like me, you would have an MMO mouse.
Well, it does have all the buttons.
Oh,
boy, I think you talking to.
Wait, so you got the 12 on the side?
No, 6.
Okay.
And
so
then 6.
You have the man. I thought, okay.
Well, it's 6 on the left and then 2 on the right.
What kind of mouse is that? That sounds dope though.
It's a Corsair mouse.
Those boys are heavy. I like their weight.
Oh yeah, this one does actually have some nice weight to it too.
Yeah.
Kind of threw me off.
Takes some getting used to. I got the Logitech, I think G900 or whatever. I got 12 buttons on the side.
See, I don't have a reason to use 12 buttons.
An MMO man. I have to.
I know.
It was cool when I played Black Desert too.
What you want to talk about?
I guess so. Let me just say this. On this episode of Mic Check Waifu Waifu, we just talking. That's literally gonna be it. We just talking. There's quite a few shows that I watched that I want to discuss. And you'll be shocked about what I think in this particular situation about this show specifically, I guess you should say. So make sure y'all stick around for that. Until I'm sure you got some stuff you want to talk about too, brother.
I got a very specific thing I want to talk about that kind of blew my mind.
Now I'm a little concerned.
Don't be concerned, bro. It's actually much better than I ever expected.
Dope. All right, let's get this show started then.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
My sweet waifu.
Is that you?
One way or another.
Mic check waifu waifu. Tell, is that you?
Polo, it's true. Hey, listeners, we do this for you.
Hey, what's up there, boy?
Oh, bruh. Man, I'm telling you, I'm feeling something right now.
You feeling something?
I'm feeling something.
What you feeling?
I think I might have to change what my anime hidden gem for the summer is going to be.
And you know what? Me too. Okay. So, okay, no, I'm not. Okay, let me not say that. Let me just start off by saying, welcome to Mic Check Waifu Waifu. I'm Polo.
And I'm Montel.
Welcome everybody. This is episode 5 of Mic Check Waifu Waifu. You can listen to Mic Check Waifu Waifu on all podcasting services. Just search Mic Check Waifu Waifu. Or, I mean, obviously, if you're listening to this, you already did that. So I don't know why I just said that. But anyway, just please make sure you go to iTunes and rate us. We'll appreciate that quite a bit. We do got a couple of emails and a couple of things to discuss from the listeners, so we appreciate y'all. You can write into Mic Check Waifu Waifu at miccheckwaifuwaifu.com/contact and join our Facebook group. Our Facebook group is apparently doing really well, which is something I probably should get back into. Maybe join.
Whenever if you join Facebook, just join for that, bro. Just talk on there. That's it.
I know. It'll be hard.
We know Facebook is toxic. We already know.
Yes, it is. It's terrible. But if you're in a good group like Mic Check Waifu Waifu, I'm sure I'll do fine. Oh man. So okay. What you been watching, Till?
Oh, you want me to talk first then?
Or you want me to go first? I can go
no,
first.
I got you. I got you. I don't mind.
Okay.
So literally right before we sat down and started talking, I watched the first episode of Astra Lost in Space.
Mm. Okay.
Oh my God, Polo.
So stop it. Okay, so this is the thing. I turned listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you. So I turned that thing on, and as soon as I turned it on, I saw the way it started, and I'm like, holy shit, stop, because I'm gonna like it. And if I like it, I'm gonna be pissed. So I knew I was gonna like it. So what I decided to do is I told myself is I was gonna wait till the dub came out first. And I was gonna watch that dubbed episode before I watched that. But it did look so fucking good, dude.
Oh my God.
It looks so good. Okay, so this is where I got literally barely even into that first episode. Like I watched it, I saw the chick floating, and I'm like, oh my God, this is gravity in anime form.
So let me just talk about it. I ain't gonna give you no spoilers really. I just want to talk. So I watched a couple other anime episodes before I turned on Astra Lost in Space. And literally upon turning it on, I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, this episode is 47 minutes long for the first episode. Like this is a whole movie.
Oh wait, so they did the thing that they did with
like
My Shield Hero.
Yeah, it was Shield Hero. The whole first episode is like a whole movie, dude. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna want to sit down and watch this. Like I'm about to be mad irritated. And I'm literally like, this anime is literally gonna be the dumpster fire of 2019 summer. That's what I'm thinking, right? In my head. So I just said, forget it. I bite the bullet and I started watching. Bro, when I tell you, first of all, the animation, the art style, all that shit is gorgeous. So it literally, like when I say it, I'm like, this is a whole movie. Like it literally plays like the first episode is like a legit movie. Yeah. Like how the camera is like, scrolling aside, like doing it's too good. It's all too good. And it kind of blew my mind. That's all I got to say. Like it really blew my mind.
So you was talking about earlier, you might have to change your hidden gem. Is this it?
Dude,
wow.
This might be the hidden gem right here. Like wow. This first episode, there was not like, I mean, okay, I don't want to get no spoilers. It was better than I expected. Polo, I think you're gonna love it.
Yeah, okay.
I definitely think you're gonna love it. I recommend watching it immediately. It's gonna be.
Straight was gonna wait for that dub.
Yeah, it's gonna be your taste. It's gonna be your taste.
Okay.
And I mean, it's survival.
Ooh, let's go.
I mean, it's in the title though. Astra Lost in Space.
Of course.
But like the way this plays out is just it's actually kind of intense, and it gives you some nice things to look forward to.
I really do hope like anime start doing that. Like with their premiere episodes, making the premiere episode being longer. Like with My Shield Hero doing that and Astra Lost in Space doing that, apparently is working.
It is, man.
I'm gonna go into one I just started watching, and it's on Netflix. And this is a good like transition to this whole conversation, because this is a show that would have benefited so much from the first episode being an hour long, like at least, because this is one of those animes that tried to have literally as much exposition as it could in 23 minutes. And it was disgusting, because you know how when they try to force like story onto you, how they start to talk, but they start talking like general terms.
Yeah.
This anime is called Grand Crest War. It's on Netflix. And like the dialogue is just so much just, oh, well, my father was a part of this crest and the Great War led to this horrible, like they just talk in like these general terms because they try to fill you in on everything that's going on in the world and what the world is about. That is just disgusting. But if you stick with this show, this shit turns into Game of Thrones almost in an instant. And I love it. I absolutely love it.
Well, I mean,
Oh, it's so
I was gonna
good.
say, had they taken an extra few minutes though to give you that like
Yes,
longer first episode,
Yep.
kind of give you a better preface.
It
a lot of
would have
people would
sunk his
probably.
teeth in me way easier because like watching this at the first episode, after the first episode, I stopped. I'm like, okay, I don't think I can handle this because for one, and it's gonna come to a surprise to most listeners of Mic Check Waifu Waifu. Polo, this dub is fucking gross. Let me tell
What?
yes. Let me tell you why. Every like main character, like the main character from Grimgar is a this the most minute character in this show. Like every main character that you like as far as dub goes, if you watch any dubs at all, like every main character that's like a super dope voice actor is a side character in this show. And the side characters are the main characters, except for the girl Saluka. Saluka voice actress is fantastic. She's great. But the dude Theo, his voice it pains me. It hurts my heart because he's the main character and he talks a lot. So
that's how I feel about One Piece dubbed. I feel like Luffy has the worst voice in dubbed anime.
It is pretty bad.
Take away his voice actor immediately.
It is pretty bad, but that's something Netflix does. Like they put like prominent voice. I mean, maybe it's just the way they do their casting, but they decide to put like the worst voice actors as the main characters, and the side characters be the like main characters of other anime that's actually really good into like side roles that are useless.
Well, I see it's probably because those people cost so much money to say so many words.
That's true, especially in this anime because there's so much talking.
Yeah,
so much talking.
When you got to have vocal insurance, you got to make sure that bill is paid.
Right. But man, yeah, like I said, it turns into Game of Thrones like quickly. Like I'm on episode 18 and it's 25 episodes, but I've been pushing through it after I got past that first episode. So it's called a Record of Grand Crest War. Watch it. It's worth it once you get past the first episode of them just spilling all this exposition and lore at you, trying to get you to catch up to this world. But it's really, really good. It's really good. Oh, and the action in it. We talking big wars. We talking one-on-one battles. You remember? What was that anime called? Arslan.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was great.
Exactly. That's what this feels like. That's exactly what this feels like with the fights and stuff too. And they're not afraid to just cut people's heads off and blood splatter everywhere. And I love that shit. Like Tokyo Ghoul type.
That's exactly what we need in this world.
Yeah. Yeah, almost exactly. What's the next thing you watched?
Well, let's see. I watched my El Meloy. It's okay. It's the Fate Stay or Fate Zero series. That's the continuum. Yeah. So this second episode was not so action based because like I know the there's a preface episode where you can see some action, and then there's like the first episode. The second episode, which was just recently released I think that came out on Friday. It's more about mystery. So it's called cases that it's about cases that he's solving, right? So he's solving these cases of like wizards and mages in this world. And in this episode, he gets this case where there's astromancers, which basically means they're spatial magicians, where they cast magic based on how the planets and stars are aligned and whatnot, right?
Wow.
So basically they go into this house and they find out, the head of the household has been killed and his body has been spread out in a certain way, matching, astral alignments, right? So they're like, oh, okay. But the way this is set up is like it's newer magic and not the magic they would traditionally study. So there's clearly an issue and they're trying to figure out what the issue is. And they want to see who murdered this man, who set up this magic, who did what. Wow. And the understanding of it is like, it's something you really got to see, but it's like, it was really cool because it's almost like, I'm not going to say it's as like detective based as like Detective Conan, but it has some pretty good like insight into like the world and magic and how their world is built around the magic. Because before, in the original Fate Stay and Fate Zero series, we get information on magic, but we don't really get to see how strong the mages and people are. Like, they say, "Oh, you're a top level wizard," and it's like, "Oh, that's cool," but like all you did was summon someone else to fight for you. You know,
Yeah,
like how are you one of the best wizards in the world? You summoned someone else to fight for you, and you ran around like a punk. You know, so we saw very little. Like I mean, obviously we did see the people who summoned the wizard. I mean, the servants fight, but we didn't see them fight as much as the servants. Servants were the main fighting source, but in this, we actually see like the wizards fighting, but there's also the assistant. Her name is Gray. And she
Gray?
did basically, but she pulled off some stuff in this episode.
So it's a mystery anime.
It is, but there is action.
Okay.
Because
mystery anime with action. Oh.
Yeah, she did some fighting. And she seems OP. Like everyone's asking, like, what is she? Why is she so strong? And I'm almost like, is she a servant that he summoned again? But like, aren't they only supposed to summon servants during the Holy Grail War, or what's going on with this? You know?
Yeah.
But that's his apprentice, is what he's saying at the moment. But she says her name is Great, but she seems like mad strong. So I want to see where that's going to go in the future. And apparently her powers deal specifically towards the undead. So that'll probably give a hint as to where this anime series is going to go in the future.
Damn.
But yeah, Polo, what about you? What you watching?
What else? Oh, I watched a couple of movies.
Oh,
which is pretty decent. They were from like slice of life movies. But another thing I want to talk about is how disappointed I was with episode 2 of The Ones Within.
You know, so I wanted to talk about that too, but I'm actually a little surprised that you were disappointed. But let's talk about it.
Yeah. Oh man. What can I say I liked about this episode? This episode had more comedic tone, like a much larger comedic tone to it than episode 1. Episode 1 still had the comedic beats, but definitely not as much as episode 2. And this was like, you would have thought this was an episode directed towards Polo, but no. It aggravated me to no end.
Was it the panda face?
Yes. It was all of it. It was all of it, man. It was the way it was executed. It was
didn't like the staring?
No. God, no. The way they brought in the dating sim player dude, like it's just always just, I don't know. It was just too much. But you know what I did like about this episode?
What you like?
Was the ending. That ending left me like, oh, this is some interesting shit now.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, you saw it, right?
Yeah, that's basically where they're talking about how everywhere they go, they have cameras following them.
Yeah. And not just that, but the shrine, bro.
Oh, no, I might have missed that part. I think
so at the end of it, what was the chick with the long hair and the scientist coat? She does the Labyrinth games. She has a shrine to the main character.
Oh, no, I did see that.
Yeah,
you know,
like in her closet. So I'm like, she must really like what he does, because for her to have something like that is kind of interesting. So I want to see where that goes. But this episode was just like, God damn it. Now I got to wait a week for maybe some real shit to happen. And
yeah, you want to see something real. You don't want to be.
Yeah.
This was like almost like a filler episode is what it felt like, right?
Exactly. Yes. That's exactly what it was. It felt like a filler episode, which was disappointing.
Now, surprisingly, right. Surprisingly, I actually wasn't so upset with this episode.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, in my personal opinion, I thought it was one of those episodes that's almost like imperative to like character building, so we can see how the other characters actually react with each other and whatnot. But it would have been nice to see something more dramatic, you know?
Yeah.
Like this was, we go into a school with some egg that they hatched that's supposed to be a girl. Egg was girl was not cute. She was a panda face with
Right,
an afro. And a
because that's what they
schoolgirl.
all created. Like
Yeah.
they had to will what they wanted this character to look like, so she can fall in love with
Yeah,
the most popular person.
their waifu was not it.
No, not
But,
even in the slightest.
But I mean, okay, like so. In my personal opinion, it could have been worse. It could have been. I mean, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't even know how it really could have been worse. like, if I had to rate this episode, it'd be 2 mad decent waifus out of 5.
2 mad decent waifus out of 5. Are we using waifus as a metric, bro?
We gotta if we go, we gotta have like 2 is gotta be something different. We'll figure it out. But two mad decent waifus out of 5. That's I guess that's not a great episode, but it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen.
I agree.
I've had harder first episode. I've had harder first episodes of anime to watch. So,
what about the second episode of Demon Lord Retry? What you think about that one?
All right. So, I would say I personally, I liked it a little bit more.
Yeah.
A little bit more than the ones within.
Yep. I was just about to say that. I was about to say this second episode was better than the ones within because it was, I don't know, it was more structured. And we got to see him fight again, which is dope.
Yeah. But like even his fighting was minimal, right? So really he didn't even really fight. He really more or less was attacked and was like, I'm going to spank somebody.
Yeah, and whooped their ass.
They're like, hey, we're going to attack you. And he stood there and they couldn't do any damage to him because they're too low level, you know, on some Kirito stuff right there.
Exactly.
But it was nice to see that like he's kind of gauging his power. He saw that there was someone who's strong enough to actually hurt him. But even though they didn't even do enough to like singe his sleeves, you know, like
exactly.
Yeah. But I did like the whole concept that, you know, he beat someone and looted them for their money.
That was dope. So that whole span where he took the chick's money and like whooped her ass, like gave her a literal whooping, took her money and started spending it, and how the town reacted to what he was doing and everything. I thought that was pretty dope. That was some good comedy that I actually audibly laughed at, unlike the ones within. Well,
it was cool because like he's walking through the town and he's spending money. He buys Aku.
Yeah.
He buys her a bunch of clothes to make her look nice. They're like, oh, this must be his servant and blah, blah, blah. Right. And he comes in, he's just grabbing money out the purse, like the little coin purse. Like, I don't know how much this is. How much is this big gold coin worth? I want to buy all the clothes you have. They're like, of course. Use my hand as ashes. Sit on me. And I'm like,
yeah,
I'm like,
hello?
Yeah, like, okay, I see where this is headed. This is low key. This is kind of wild, but we're going to take it and roll with it. They go out to eat, and he's like, yeah, I'll pay for everyone's food here. Dinner's on me. And the girl he took the money from is right there because she don't have nowhere to go.
Yep. We
can already tell that clearly this high priest girl or elegant priest is going to be she's gonna be around him, and she's gonna end up being part of his little harem.
Yeah, I was just about to say that the typical harem trope is ensuing quickly.
Yeah. So I actually think it might be a turnaround here where we might not hate it as much as we thought, but it reminds me of How to Not Summon a Demon Lord.
Exactly. Yeah, I was
so much right now.
It's almost exactly the same thing. Almost exactly.
Except
we'll see how they combat with each other, because it'll be just like how in that show those two girls like basically fought over that demon lord. They're probably going to do the same thing here.
Well, my concern, and this is the concern I'm going to voice about it basically, is that you can't have two characters who are basically kind of running the same thing. Like we got the low like low on the totem pole is Aku, where she is she's poor essentially, but she's good hearted.
Yeah, that she's not used to having all this just this kindness being showered upon her.
And then you have the elegant priest who is highborn, and she has all this money and she wants to be treated a certain way and wants to be recognized for her power. And the person who's not going to recognize her or not recognizing her being the demon lord is eventually she's going to be like, I want your love and affection and recognition and whatnot. And that's probably going to be the main thing we're looking at here. And but I don't actually see these two characters fighting much. Like, I think they're just
girls fighting with each other.
Yeah, I don't see them fighting with each other. I don't
see Aku. I don't see Aku fighting.
I see the highborn priest girl kind of being like, "Oh, well, I'm better than you."
Exactly.
And then Aku being like, "Oh, no, that's cool." And then the demon lord being like, well, since you're better than her, I'll just treat Aku special. And the demon lord's gonna be salty, like, "Well, I want love too." And that's just how I see it. We're gonna see in the future. We don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know. Demon Lord retry was better than the ones within this week for sure. So this one for me gets 3 waifus out of 5.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll stick with the 3 waifus out of 5.
Just for now until we can come up with something better. Join the Facebook group. Give us suggestions. Help us out. Something else I watched, of course, we both watched, I'm sure, was Fire Force. My goodness. This episode 2 was still second to the number 1 episode 2. Because of course, Dr. Stone episode 2 was better. Was the best. She was so fucking good. We'll talk about it in a second. But Fire Force was super good because they introduced the rival character in this episode, being the Knight. He calls him the Night King. He calls himself
Arthur Night King.
Yeah,
or Arthur the King Knight or Night King. I think it was Night King, but yeah,
it was Night King. One of these arrogant douchebags, but he comes in and they immediately start bickering and fighting, and they're told they gotta fight. What's the chick name with the witch hat? I love her, dude. She's incredible.
Yeah, she is straight fire.
Literally.
But she first of all, she clearly didn't even barely use her power. She was like, I don't have the ability they have. They can just conjure fire out of thin air. I have to take fire from other places to use it. But she was like, no, I got hands though.
Yeah,
just so you know, I have actual hands and I will throw them at you.
And she was fucking bodying them boys, man. Like, I never seen anything like it. She took the devil's fire and just literally just like threw him over the edge, basically, or turned it into she turned it into what they call it. She called him something.
Oh, sputter.
She turned his flames into sputters, and it was just all she wrote for them too.
What was her name? Maki?
Yeah, yep. She's the GOAT.
Yeah. So yeah, Maki's hitting them with mad combos left and right. And yeah, right. She throws off Kanji.
Yep.
Wait, no, not, is that his name? Is that his name?
I don't know these names. I've watched so much anime, it's hard to remember.
Oh, I know, right? Hold on, let me make sure. Shinra, that's what it is.
Shinra, the devil.
Yeah. So Shinra, Maki throws Shinra off the roof of the building, right? And she basically cancels out fire, which is dope. He's like, I'm about to come at you with all the moves I got. He goes in, gets dogged, and
like
Maki's
Thanos, didn't she like Thanos snap him?
Yeah, basically she like, well, I don't think she actually snapped though. She like kind of twisted her hands and it was like turning off a valve or something.
Yeah,
it seemed.
So dope.
And when she did that, his powers just went away. She threw him off the building, and he's like, "Oh shit, I'm about to fall to like my death." And right before you hit the ground, she gives him his power back, and he's able to like land without hurting himself.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, that was nice.
Let's talk about the inferno they had to deal with though. Man.
So
how sad was that?
That was kind of like the best part, right?
Yeah, it was. That had the most character development because this was something completely different than what we've seen for one. And then it also introduced an antagonist that I didn't even think it was even possible in the show.
Well, I figured there was going to be some kind of like person like this who's trying to manipulate the Infernals.
Yeah.
But the dad, the Infernal himself.
That shit was so sad. He just sat at the kitchen table like, I lost my wife to this shit. Now it's my turn. I'm not going to destroy this place. to kill my daughter. Like he was just
it was actually
in denial, maybe.
It was beautiful.
It
right?
was.
Like it was actually beautiful. So like
and that sound. Oh, that sound design, dude.
Yeah, I would say what made it the best is seeing that like he's just sitting there at the table.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the fire crackling, and they start to talk about how he has to be suffering in pain, you know?
Yep.
Like he just burst into flames out of nowhere. Like even so we find out that even the people who use the fire power can still be burned by fire.
Right.
So it's like you would assume that these infernos are going through the same thing. Like the fire that they create is still like harmful.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially we have this inferno who doesn't want to hurt his family. And they were thinking beforehand that there's no way that this inferno has any consciousness of its own. Right. But yet this inferno who was once the girl's dad, still wants to protect his daughter and did not want to rage and destroy everything.
And like one of the most important scenes in this episode to me was right before they went inside that house, and the guy under the lieutenant, what's his name? His name is Akitaru. He tells them, hey, look, hide your weapons, and they don't really explain why he said that until after they go inside and, you know, they hide the weapons. He tells them like, look, hide your weapons because these are still people. These were people. They are already in so much pain. You don't want the victims of the people who you're about to basically cleanse, quote unquote, to see you go in with these weapons, flaunting them proudly, that you're about to destroy this person, which is still considered a person to him or to them. You're just going to kill him with these horrible looking weapons. And they're all like, yo, he just spit mad fire right there, literally.
Yeah, he gave the ultimate truth. And one of the best things about that is when Takahisa tells him that, right? When he tells the two that, you do see when they go into the house though, that Shinra kind of doesn't know what to do. You know, he's in shock. And
because he's not fighting.
And Arthur, he takes a step forward and just says, you know, this is his chance to kind of like shine, but he takes a step forward and he kind of just says, you know, we have to do it. He has to be suffering and we have to stop it. Right. And that makes perfect sense because you don't want that. And it was actually just a beautiful scene, beautiful episode.
When he
great
killed
follow up.
Yeah, for sure. When he killed him, you could tell he felt something from that. And they show that later on in this episode where they were both laying in the bunk beds and he was like trying to talk to him like, hey, if you're still awake, you know, I understand because that was hard. But in reality, he was the one like kind of struggling internally with what happened, which I like that. I like the fact that this rival character has some character to him.
Yeah. And it also it creates that humanity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because in Black Clover, they just yelling.
Yeah, you know, it's just a fucking. I don't like him.
But I don't know. You know, it's a goat.
Yeah, he's definitely great. He's a phenomenal like fighter, but his character in the show is just so fucking just. Blah.
Would they give him the chibi face with the full grown body, and he just be looking at us like he's stupid?
All he does is talk mad shit. Okay, he talks mad shit. And don't say anything else, like super dry, super bland. It's just, I don't know. I'm not going to get on Black Clover right now.
It's all good. I get it.
But the number one episode 2 though, bro.
Yeah. So Dr. Stone.
Oh, God, yes.
Now, this episode started off on that point because we knew going in, we were like, so they have the ability to wake someone else up.
Yep.
And I'm just like, oh, this is about to be so good because you know, old dude wants to wake up his girl, right?
That's what I thought they were going to do until I didn't realize that the situation was what it was. Now, this is where we also learn though, like not every living thing turned into stone, which is still confusing to me.
Well, for the most part, I think it was only the humans and the birds. I think and I don't even think it was all the birds. I think it was only the humans and the smaller birds.
See, what kind of shit is that? Like that was plot armor 100%. Because I mean,
how you give a whole ass lion plot armor, bro?
Exactly. They had to. Like what? Because if the birds turned into stone, why didn't the lions? If the lions, like, why not?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it just didn't make any sense until you realize, well, maybe I don't know. Maybe they could have. I don't know. Because I was about to say maybe they could have got freed a long time ago and then made it and continued on. But like how? You know? I
Yeah.
don't know.
So
That's the only gripe I got with this episode, by the way. The only one.
yeah. Now, we do know that Senku is like, hey, look, you big oaf, which is Taiju.
Yeah.
He tells Taiju, like, look, you can make the decision on who we wake up next, because Senku knows he wants to wake up his girl.
Of course.
So Taiju goes to wake up his girl, and then boom, lions. Well, actually, it wasn't even that, because he was like, we can't let old girl be, we can't let her be naked, you know? Yeah, we gotta get some clothes for it. So he pick her up and they start walking away. You know, how heavy is that stone body? It's mad heavy, first of all, but he not gonna worry about that.
No.
So the cool thing is that Taiju, or Taiju's like carrying the girl that he loves and wants to admit his love to, which, assuming they were doing what they did, because they remembered when they were in stone all the things that happened.
Yeah.
But they hear, or Senku hears lions. And they're like, oh crap. So they hit it. They book, they run, you know, they're gone.
They run out of 440.
they run faster than a cheetah. And they don't necessarily manage to get away. They make it to the other side of the woods, I would assume, to where Tsukasa is.
But after they jumped off the mountain, though, they had to jump off the mountain.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And the stone statue literally landed on a big oaf.
Taiju, yeah.
Yeah, Taiju had to get up and they continued to run. And he thought, like, and as they were running, they thought, like, yo, I know somebody. I walked past somebody who was the #1 primal fighter in high school.
Yeah, showed him in the first episode.
Yeah, we should probably wake him up. So they throw the stuff on him, and right before the lions is about to attack him, he comes out of the stone, a fucking beast.
Yeah, he asked Senku, what's the situation?
Yep. And as soon as he tells him the situation, he's like, okay, and the way Senku related was important in that episode too, how he calmly and collectively like relayed that information to him.
Yeah, because it's either that or die. So you need to know, you need to be able to tell Tsukasa what's going on. And Tsukasa comes out of the stone and literally mauls a lion with his bare hands. Like
one punch man, the lion, dude.
Yeah. First of all, this is a high school student.
Yo,
it's a high school student.
We all know somebody in high school like that, though.
Yeah, right. We all knew. But this dude hits a lion, kills a lion with his bare hands. And the coolest thing he said is that he wants to be able to use all of the lion, as like he killed it with his bare hands. Yeah, he doesn't want the lion to go to waste. And I was like, that's really cool.
Yep.
You don't expect the animals to be coming back. He promised that they would no longer have to worry about security or their safety.
Now pause right there. Now, when you first heard that, did you have the same reaction I did? I'm like, oh shit, you about to take this shit over.
I mean, no. So I didn't necessarily think that, because I wasn't sure as to what his intentions were. But my first thought is that he's too powerful.
Yes.
He's too strong for just these two dudes.
Exactly.
Taiju's not a fighter. He's never fought anyone before. He may be strong, but he's not a fighter. Senku is smart, but he's also not a fighter. But he'll figure some stuff out for you.
Yep.
But he's not a fighter. Tsukasa, on the other hand, just killed a whole ass lion
with one punch,
with a hand.
Dude, yeah, that's what I was thinking of at first, and then I'm like, okay, the episode started to go on, and he started to seem nicer, and then it gets further and further into the episode, and we realize, like, he's like, yo, fuck these adults that are pieces of shit. Let's just wake up all the teens. Let's just wake up all the young people with good hearts and good intentions.
Now, here's my thing, though, right? So, like, you wasn't feeling that a little bit?
100% was. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's when I started to realize, I'm like, oh shit, I like what he's doing here. And then when Senku was like, "Yo, no, I'm going to free everybody," I'm like, "Fuck!" So that's about to be the power struggle.
Mm-hmm. So, and so I like that though. So it gives
Me
us
too.
we immediately have like some sort of antagonist, which we don't know if it's going to be like them actually feuding with each other,
No.
or are they going to be like working together but still show that they have different ambitions, right?
But you
'Cause-
literally, with like in that episode though, we saw him kill a man who didn't that man do something to him as when he was a kid?
Yeah, that was the man who I think he told him he couldn't use the seashells because he owned
Yeah.
the seashells, but he was trying to build like he was trying to make a necklace for his sister who died.
Sick. Yep.
And I was like, look, bro, I get it. You should definitely be upset, but it's not that serious though. You know, you just punch this dude head off, which you literally just killed him, man. And Senku's not cool with that, which I don't think Taiju actually saw it.
No, he wasn't even around.
Yeah, but you know, we're not gonna be rolling with that. The best part though after that is we see they're all back at the cabin sleeping. Taiju's sleeping, which I think Senku is mad unreal for leaving Taiju in the cabin with the dude.
True.
Because no, that's not it. That wasn't the next season, because that wasn't the next part, because they were talking about we need to gather calcium.
Mm-hmm.
And
they had to gather a bunch of calcium for
for like cement and
just a bunch of different shit.
Yeah, a bunch of different stuff agricultural wise, right? Like for growing, like getting rid of phosphorus or whatnot in the ground, like growing stuff. And he says specifically there's 4 things that it's really good for. And then Taiju goes and says, "Oh no, I didn't say." He said, "Yeah, what did you say? The 4th thing that calcium is really good for?" He said, "I didn't say there was 4 things. I said there was only 3 things." So now he's excluding information,
keeping stuff from him.
Yeah, which we assumed because they do show like literally after that scene, he's excluding information. They show after that scene, they show Taiju Oki sleeping, and then they show Tsukasa next to him on his mat with his eyes open, kind of gritting his teeth, while your boy Senku seems to be downstairs outside making a crossbow of some sort.
Which is fucked up.
Hey, you gotta have something to beat a monster.
Yes, which I mean, it's not fucked up for that. It's fucked up that he withheld the information, but it's understandable on why he did so. Because with that disagreement that we just talked about a little bit earlier, it's like, yo, okay, so now we have 2 different goals here. He wants to free all the young, good people, and I'm want to free everybody. So I can't win in a fight against this guy. So if he threatens to beat my ass, I lost. I'm done. So I need to have an advantage over him. And
it's a wrap.
That crossbow is going to be it. So that's nuts. Dr. Stone is definitely number 1 this summer so far. Dude.
Yeah, so far number 1. Fire Force to me a close second.
Yeah, true.
Il Meloe and his case files, a strong number 3 for me. But Asher Lost in Space, right now, I don't know where that's going to be placed.
I'm gonna put this Grand Crest War at number 3 for me, and then the ones within. Because I'm telling you, for one, it's on Netflix, so I ain't gotta wait week to week. I got the full fucking season right here. 25.
You just watch the whole thing.
Exactly. And once you get past that first episode, once all that exposition and lore is established, you start to see these fights. You start to see what they do and how they maneuver, like the lands or whatever. It turns out to be great. So watch that one. I know 99% Netflix. So just throw that on when you chilling one day. It's well worth getting past that first episode. Watching the subs is okay. Just the main characters suck balls as far as voiceover goes, but you'll be all right. Another thing is, what else did I watch? Shit. What's it called?
Uh-oh.
I know, I can't think of it. You got another one for me while I look this up?
Well, I did have a little bit of news.
Shit. News.
I don't know if you knew this or not, but Pacific Rim is supposed to be getting an animated series or an anime on Netflix. Yeah, it's gonna be an actual anime produced by Guillermo del Toro.
What?
Yeah,
No
Legendary
way.
Entertainment is gonna be on Netflix. It's guaranteed 2 seasons in 2020.
Let's go. Okay.
So we gonna
Mecha. So
yeah. Well, hey, it's Pacific Rim. We gonna get a mecha anime. We gonna hope it's fire.
I hope it's fire, dude. I hate mecha anime.
don't do that.
I know, man. I know. It's ugh.
But I'll be hyped for it. That's gonna be one that because I enjoyed the original Pacific Rim movie.
Yeah, I thought it was super dope.
I did not see the second one. It did not look that good to me. I guess I should have gave it a chance.
You're probably all right. Oh man. So real quick, before we continue on with what we're talking about, I do want to add in like a couple of letters that we did get from some listeners. If you don't mind here.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm pulling up my boy's Big Mo email he sent us. You can write into us at miccheckwaifuwaifu.com/contact if you want to be a part of the show, just like he did. And Big Mo gave us the his top 5, and he just wanted to tell us that it's a great podcast, bro. I've been needing something new to listen to. And his top 5 animes in no particular order, but we starting off with his honorable mention, which is interesting because nobody else had these 2 on their honorable mentions or even their top 5s. One was Sailor Moon. It was the first anime he ever saw, which is crazy because I hated Sailor Moon. There's a second one though. This one's pretty damn dope. Akira. Anybody mention Akira in their top 5?
No, not that I remember.
This is just his honorable mentions, people. This is crazy. And then his third honorable mention is Dragon Ball Z, which is of course just an honorable mention, which is also pretty dope. But his top 5 is again in no particular order, so take that with a grain of salt. And yes, my man Big Mo, he has one of my favorites in there. But we're going to talk. Number 5 is Psycho Pass. His number 4 is Initial D, Tail's favorite, a racing anime. Number 3 is One Punch Man. Number 2 is Hajime no Ippo. And number 1, Samurai Champloo. Yes, that's a good top 5. I wish we would have known what order he would put these in, though. I kind of want to know. Big Mo, let us know, man. Write in and tell us what order these 5 anime will be in for you.
Yeah, or at least the number 1. What's the number 1, bro?
What's the number 1? Yeah. I'm gonna guess and say his number 1 would be Initial D. Because I know how into cards he is.
Yeah. Also on the Mic Check Waifu Waifu group page, I asked what anime has you hyped for the summer? And we had a couple people say their different opinions. My boy Brandon, he said Demon Slayer is incredible. And,
yes.
You know, we do Demon Slayer every week.
Episode 15.
We do Demon Slayer every week. But yes, Demon Slayer is amazing. And then my other bro, Christopher Goodwin, he said Gate. It's a fantastic anime about the JSDF fighting against and inside of a magical kingdom. Also, he did talk about how the News of the Pacific Rim anime has him with a hype meter over 9,000. And my other boy from work, Connor, said just finished off Shield Hero. Has me super hyped for the next season. So, hey, look, before I go on,
you want to bring up that email?
Shield Hero is so good.
Oh, true. Very, very, very true. You want to read Connor's email too, real quick before we move on to the next person?
He gave us an email. Hold on.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna let you read this one.
Let me get going. So, all right. So, Connor, he said, just wanted to send y'all something. Montel knows I've been talking to him a bunch at work about y'all's podcast, which is true. We've been talking about it. He's been listening every day before he comes to work.
Hey, let's go.
Right. Super clean. He said, I'm catching up, but really enjoying it. You two are doing some awesome shit. I'm currently watching Shield Hero, just finally caught up on Dragon Ball and Attack on Titan. Crazy anime. I've added so many other anime to watch list because of y'all. Keep up the good work.
Let's go.
Polo, I just followed you on Twitch too.
My guy, I saw that too. I saw that in my email. I'm like, oh, I got a follower. Let's go. Even though I haven't been able to stream in a while because I've been watching so much goddamn anime, but I appreciate it.
So,
hope you come by.
Connor's a real one. I've been talking to Connor about anime since I came to Florida last year, right? And I think it might have been like 2 months ago. He had just started Dragon Ball. Like, I had never seen Dragon Ball Z.
Wow. That's crazy.
My dude finished Dragon Ball Z.
That's awesome.
And is in Dragon Ball Super at the Tournament of Power. And I mean, he's watching Jiren and everybody throwing hands. And I'm like, Connor, you real? You watching everything? You watching some of the best stuff right now?
And he watching Attack on Titan.
He's watching Attack on Titan. Right.
Episode last week. Boy, oh boy.
Oh, man. But yes, Connor, we appreciate you writing in. I got a couple more from the Facebook group. Actually one more. The last one is my boy Reggie from college, back in Cleveland. He said Dr. Stone is one of his. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon?
Oh, season 2 just dropped 2 this summer.
I haven't even checked that out at all yet. I gotta watch it. And then his last one is Fire Force. You watch How to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?
Yeah, of course.
I haven't seen it at all.
You what? Okay, because it's not a tell anime for sure. It's super ecchi. It's definitely ecchi.
Let me tell you what is tell. Let me tell you what is tell that I just watched.
What?
The time I was reincarnated as a slime.
Wait, you just watched it?
No, the newest episode.
It's another new episode?
Yeah, they back on.
No way. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's back. It's back.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. Now this new episode is a soft entry. It's not
is it an OVA?
No, it's an actual new episode.
What? Are you kidding me? And I didn't know about this?
But it's a new entry, and it's not like something that hits you big and like lets you see what's going on immediately, but it gives you that that kind of underlying idea that there's some stuff happening and they're about to take some big steps.
I can't believe it already back though.
I mean, the episode just came out of nowhere. Like, I didn't even know until a friend came and was like, "Hey, yeah, did you see the new episode of Time I Was Reincarnated?" I'm like, "What you mean?"
Exactly, dude. It seemed like it just went off. Wait, is it called is it called the tragedy of the tragedy? What
Tragedy of M?
Yeah. Okay, so that's what it's called.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Where did this come from?
That's what I'm telling you. But yeah, man, it's back, and I'm super hyped for it.
Yeah, you and me both. Holy cow!
It's the first episode of season 2.
That is interesting. Wow, I had no idea.
Right, they didn't give any update. They didn't. I have Funimation and I have Verve, which has Crunchyroll and everything on it. They didn't even put it on the front page. I'm like, why y'all so fake?
Exactly. It's so weird. Oh, speaking of that, wow, why didn't we talk about this at the beginning of the show? We are doing the giveaway to show some love to the people who's showing us love. We're doing a giveaway for a $25 eGiftCard for Verve. I mean, it's super simple to do. Just go to verve.co/redeem, and then you can redeem this gift card that we have. The giveaway link is definitely in the show notes. So if you're listening to this on any podcast service, you can click on the details of the show, click the link of the show notes, and you can apply for this contest. We already have a few entries. Thank you all so much for entering and listening. We truly appreciate it. We might try to have a giveaway every month. We'll see how it goes, because again, we're not sponsored by anybody and we're doing this out of our own pockets. So just bear with us on that. But we appreciate y'all so much. This has been a lot of fun, and we're growing every week.
And also remember, if you go to the website, it's the first thing you see. You can catch our podcast there, as well as any news that we're updating on the page itself.
Facts. Dope, man. What else, man?
Man.
Of course, I watched Attack on Titan, so I'm gonna tell you where I'm getting to now, because I'm. It's still good, man.
Now, before you talk about Attack on Titan, I need to give myself a little heads up. Last time on our podcast, we talked about Attack on Titan. Mm-hmm. My friend Jacob told me I can't give out spoilers, and he said I dropped a spoiler last time.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I thought we probably both did then, huh?
It might have been the episode before that where I dropped a spoiler. Oh, but I'm keeping my mouth shut. I'm not gonna drop any spoilers. I'll talk, but I'm cognizant about the spoilers. So let's go. Let's talk about it.
Okay. So this most recent episode was called The Basement, and they finally got to the basement and sort of kind of unveiled what's really going on and what's happening just beyond the wall before all this shit happened, like went down. So we're slowly starting to get into that story. By the time they got into the basement, kind of started to slowly explain it. The episode was coming to an end, so they really didn't go into too much detail about it. So I can't wait to. I mean, I think the next episode is already out, so I might have to double check my Funimation. But yeah, so that's where it's at. It's getting juicy, man. It's getting juicy.
And it only gets juicier.
So, I hate you.
So
you know so much, dude.
I do. I know so much. It's disappointing. It's actually, and here's this part that scares me the most about Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
Is that I know so much about it, and I have literally not read Attack on Titan in probably like a solid like 8 or 9 months, and I'm still so far ahead. That's ridiculous, and it scares me they're going to try and bunch everything into one season next year or one more season.
Yep,
that's going to be scary. Like,
I agree.
There was a lot of outrage and disappointment with season 2 because they changed things in season 2 that weren't originally in the manga. Yep. And it's going to be scary to see if they can pull that off. Like, how do you pull that off?
Pull it all together. Yeah,
exactly.
So there, I forgot there was another anime that I watched called Aseki Cheat Magician, which is pretty good, dude. It's again, so you get teleported to another world, and the world has magic. It's basically a video game world again, which seems to be all the rage nowadays.
It is.
But this one was actually really good. Let me tell you why. This one was really good because it wasn't just one person that got brought into this new world. It was 2 people. It was this guy and his childhood friend. And the first episode is called Lost Ones from Another World, obviously. So, but this one is actually really good because, we kind of figure out that they're coming into this world because they were actually summoned by some people, and they already have like super crazy amount of wait, that's no different than any other anime where you get summoned to. Oh no, shocking, but it's pretty much the same deal as any other anime. I like this one so far. First episode was, of course, them establishing the world as per usual, but I can't believe that this like trope of anime is so popular now.
What do you mean you can't believe it?
I guess I can. I blame.
I was about to say.
SAO did this to us.
Like, I'm trying to go to a different world and beat up on some people too.
Yeah, but do they all have to be almost the exact same though? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's either you die and you end up in another world, or yeah.
And now the main thing is that everybody is super strong. Like, nobody's weak anymore. Like, I think the last weak one was Grimgar, to be honest.
Or ReZero.
Or ReZero, yeah. He didn't have any power.
No power.
He just had memory, which was...
And death. Death was on his side.
Exactly. So he could die. And he started to be okay with that. Speaking of that, man, season 2, I cannot wait.
Oh, man. I
can't believe it's even a season 2.
I've been seeing the rumblings. And the thing is actually...
You can't read that manga, by the way. Don't do it. Manga.
Oh, I haven't. Like,
that's what we gotta continue on here on the show.
Oh yeah, believe me, I will not watch a single manga episode or a chapter. I will not even touch it. I won't read it. I won't look at it. I won't breathe on it.
Good.
Speaking of which, though, I don't think you ever watched this, but have you ever watched A Certain Magical Index?
Yes, of course.
So I'm only bringing this up because I just added it to my watch list. Not A Certain Magical Index, but A Certain Scientific Accelerator.
Yeah, so that is a continuation of that. So I didn't finish A Certain Magical Index yet. I'm on season 3 still. I'm on like last 4 episodes, I believe. But this one is about Accelerator, right?
Yeah. And it's his, I think I'm going to say it's his descent into being a good guy.
Oh, so he's like becoming a vigilante type deal.
I mean, I don't really know, but I think it would be nice if he wasn't a douchebag anymore. I think he's gonna still be a douchebag.
Of course. I mean, you could see it was tugging at his heartstrings slowly in A Certain Magical Index. for sure.
or a certain scientific, or a certain what the science, certain magical, or no, certain scientific railgun was the other one.
Yeah. Wait,
Um,
it was another show?
Yeah, they have a certain scientific railgun too.
Holy shit, dude. They're just spinning off of that shit, that one show. Holy cow.
when you got it like that.
Yeah, it's true, because that is a very successful show.
Oh,
Usually
also, I just wanted to say this real quick. For my One Piece watchers, Zoro has arrived in Wano.
Yeah. Woo! Go Zoro.
Dude, he is I feel like as an anime swordsman, people love him because he's actually a beast.
Oh, isn't that dude with the sword, the 3 swords? He has one in his mouth.
Yeah.
He chop people up. I remember from 4 Kids back in the day when he used to come on there.
Yeah. He's got the skills. But I was actually wondering, if we had an anime sword battle, who would we put up against Zoro?
So he got 3 swords, one in his mouth. Now we just talking swords, right?
Yeah, just sword fighters.
This is easy. Ramoni Kenshin.
Yeah, but we don't want anyone we don't want necessarily someone overpowered. Rurouni Kenshin is a good one.
Yeah, them shooting fair ones will be dope. And of course, I think Kenshin would win.
Yeah,
but then again, I don't know shit about Zoro. So.
Zoro's powerful, but he doesn't have anything that's like ridiculously powerful. That's why I was thinking something more like Afro Samurai would be more fair fight.
No, it wouldn't.
Then you think of Afro Samurai and it's like,
yeah, he's more overpowered than Ramoni Kenshin. He would destroy Kenshin.
I don't actually know, man. All right, look. Send us an email. Let us know who you think: Rurouni Kenshin, Afro Samurai, or Zoro.
Oh, dude. Or what about the cats from Samurai Champloo too? Throw them in there.
So
I forget their names. It's been such a long time since I watched that.
So we got Mugen.
Ah, yeah, Mugen. Oh yeah, I remember Mugen. And it's coming all back.
I can't remember the other guy, but because Mugen's everyone's favorite.
Yeah, of course.
Hold on, we got.
That's one thing. That's one thing we're gonna do too. Is we're gonna go back and review some anime. So we're gonna do like a full episode on reviewing old school anime. So like
Jin,
dude with the glasses, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh God, so good.
Yeah. How about this? I think on the Facebook page, what I'm gonna do a poll of like old school anime that we're gonna rewatch or watch a couple of episodes out of, and then we'll do a little talk about it on the show.
I think we should watch the whole thing, or at least half of it.
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, because I definitely want to go back and watch Trigun again.
100%, dude.
100%. And Cowboy Bebop.
Yep, and then Yunasha too. I've never finished
any Yasha, so please give me a reason.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. It's the same way I feel.
Oh man, so good.
Yeah. So when you drop that poll, let me know. Let me know what the vote is. You want to start off with those 3?
Yeah. We're gonna do a poll on Inuyasha. Hold on, let's do it. Let's get that down real quick. We're gonna do a poll on Inuyasha, Trigun, and Cowboy Bebop.
Let's go. All right. And that's somewhere we can watch that pretty much on any one of the ones we got, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. As long as I don't have to go to no other sites. You know what I just started getting hip to though? Like, or what I'm gonna start using a lot more is that My Anime list.
Oh yeah. So I set that up on my phone, but not very much on the website.
Oh, it's not all inclusive.
No, the app on the phone is just a little wonky, but I need to set it up on the website. I'm just going ahead and log into the website.
Yeah, the website is like way better. I'm about to send you my profile real quick so you can take a look at it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop both of our anime lists. Tales won't be quite complete yet, but I'm gonna add it to the show notes as well, because I know a lot of people use this feature, which is pretty dope. Because it shows what we're watching, what our tops, what our favorites are, what we're currently reading it as far as manga goes, and all kinds of stuff. So I like it. I'm gonna start using it more. Maybe post on there some, do some reviews. transcribe all reviews from here and put them on there. I think it'd be dope too. But yeah, is it time to go ahead and review episode 15 of Demon Slayer?
Ooh. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah. Unless you don't have anything else to add.
No, I have nothing else to add. We can do that.
All right.
Let's get into the meat of this.
Yes, episode 15 of Demon Slayer. Do you remember the name of this episode? I don't remember the name of this episode. This episode was a doozy for me though.
Doozy as in good or bad?
Oh, absolutely good.
Okay.
I mean, it of course made me hate Zetsuo. I still hate him. Didn't make it any better. Okay.
Episode 15, Mount Nadagumo.
Yeah, Mount Nadagumo. So this is when they finally heal up at that end. It's where it starts basically. He's still Zetsuo is still I can't stand him, man. I just hate him. I just want him to be asleep all the time. We just give him melatonin or something to make him good.
We can't just be out here drugging people. No melatonin.
Something, man. Give him something. He's just terrible.
All
but
right.
it starts off, they heal up, they're fully healed, and the crow comes in and says, hey, you have to go to this mountain, Mount Nadagumo. They start to travel together, which we figured out that we're going to do if you watch the intro at least once. But they're traveling together now, and Zetsu is, of course, terrified of nothing. Nothing is even happening, and he's scared. He's complaining because they're traversing this mountain. When they get close to the mountain definitely looks like death and a half. And they see another demon slayer come out of the mountain, and he comes out and said, what did he say when he come out? Do you remember?
I thought he didn't say anything yet. They just like approached him immediately.
No, because he was like, he said something.
The Slayers?
Yeah. He was talking something about the Slayers, and he gets pulled back into the woods, which was interesting, like a lure almost, like a fish lure. And they all go chasing in after him, except for Zetsuo. He sits down and panics outside, like the coward he is. While they progressing this mountain, they meet up with this other demon slayer who kind of tells them what's been going on. And because the demon slayer is like, yo, why do they keep sending this rank? Which what is their rank called? They're like the lowest rank of demon slayers. It's called Mokoto or something like that rank.
Yeah,
they're like super low rank. Yeah, super low rank of demon slayers. Like, yo, why do you keep? He's like, why do they keep sending these lower rank demon slayers? Because all of us are lower rank demon slayers, and we're getting killed. We're getting massacred out here. And it kind of goes into a flashback showing all of these demon slayers trailing up this mountain, trying to figure out what the heck is going on. And literally, all of them start attacking each other. Now, what I found weird about that is why didn't any of them say anything to each other? Like they still have, like they were still alive, like they still had consciousness. I thought.
Now, okay, yeah, something. We also figured out what the ranking is Mizunoto. That's what
Mizunoto,
they are.
Yep.
All right. But so the I think the reason they didn't say anything was mostly based off the fact that like, so maybe the spiders have some, like, once they get to you, they maybe it might be some kind of poison or something like that. I was just gonna say that. But I was gonna say or something. Yeah, but I was gonna say, because like we did see later on in the episode that there was one guy who was in control, but he could still talk.
Exactly.
You know? So I think it might just have different effects. But also we remember shortly later or shortly after, they kind of get drawn into the forest or woods or whatnot. There's a smell that Tanjiro keeps getting a hint of. Yeah, like a terrible smell that's like messing with his nose. Yeah. So, I mean, that could also have something to do with it too. That's true. That there's something that's controlling the other. Yeah. I don't know, but whatever it is, it made the Demon Slayers literally kill each other, which was crazy. And after we figured out that backstory, they start to like have to fight other Demon Slayers, but they're all like, yo, we can't draw our swords against other Demon Slayers because that's taboo. So they just literally beat them up. And even though Inosuke was literally ready to kill these kids, right?
he finally listens to Tanjiro and decides not to, and they start punching him, and then that's when they figure out that they're being controlled by something. So they just need to slash the thread to disconnect that connection.
Speaking of which, you liking Inosuke more?
Yes, I do. I like Inosuke a lot. He's getting better and better. Like he's starting to have, because like at the beginning of this episode, you start to see he's starting to understand what this humanity thing is.
They're giving him more personality.
Exactly. He doesn't have it. Like he was raised in the mountains, so that's literally all he knows. Like we don't have any backstory on him yet, but I'm pretty sure that that's going to be what it's going to be. And yeah, he's definitely starting to understand. Like, yo, why would she wish us good fortune? Like, why would she care? Like, him starting to learn what that humanity is. Fucking beast.
Yeah. And
literally
then
and
meanwhile,
figuratively.
we got Zenitsu outside the woods or forest or whatnot. He's complaining that his friends wouldn't just leave him, so the people who he's traveling with can't be his friends because friends don't do that. You know, they could have at least talked to him about going into the woods or whatnot.
Now, tell me, did that bring Zetsuo down for you? Because I know you were a little higher than I was with Zetsuo.
I like Zenitsu still. I think that he has some self-realization to come across, right? Like he has to kind of realize that like he can be horrified and still do things, you know?
Dude.
Because otherwise, like he's just gonna be mad crap. Like he's got the dopest breathing style so far that we've seen.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Inosuke did his first breathing style move.
No, he didn't, because the first one was when he cut the demon into 3 pieces. This is just just another really cool one.
Yeah, utility.
His Byakugan. But no, Zenitsu did not come down on my ladder yet for me. But
what? I am shocked.
Nope. He has a couple chances with me because I love lightning. With my life is fire. Fire's number 1. Lightning's number 2. Water's 3rd. Well, earth and water are like 3rd. So
I don't even consider water to be a part of my life, but I'm shocked because as I'm watching it, I say to myself, I'm like, okay, he has to fall down a peg or 2 on Tails ranking because you literally sitting out there complaining, my friends left me. They're not really my friends if they left me. And that
I'm not about that. I am not about that at all. No. Like you don't leave your friends. But you don't cry. Like if your friends left you, they left you because you out here being weak, not because they still trying to protect you. But
it'd be different. It'd be a different story if Zenitsu got his ass whooped and his friends dipped out on him. Like I would understand that.
Yeah, but he's fully healed now.
Yeah, you're fully healed. They're trying to save people's lives, and you're just sitting out there complaining about your friends leaving you. Like, bro, that's not what this is. You're a demon slayer. Go slay some fucking demons.
Right. Go kill some stuff.
Yeah, dude. Like, this is not gonna help you.
Yeah.
And but then he remembers Tanjiro took what's her name? What's her name? His sister.
Yeah, his sister.
Took his sister in the forest, and he's like, "Yo,
I know, I'm tripping." It's Nezuko.
Nezuko. You took Nezuko in there with you. Then he fucking perks up because he's a simp. He's a sucker. God, man,
you're not wrong. But the cool thing is that we kind of get to see some of the higher up demon slayers talk in this episode too.
Yeah, true.
And they're talking about how it was kind of an understatement for them to send so few or send weaker demon slayers in because clearly they're getting slaughtered.
Yep. Do you think is the spider lady one of the 12?
Well, so here's my thing. I think they're outside of the 12, and I'll tell you why I think
like
they're outside
just outside of the 12, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say they're outside of 12 because like we know that they gain power from eating demons. Or eating humans. We know that they gain even more power exponentially by eating humans with rare blood. So they're literally, it's a family, right?
Right.
So we know that there's 5 of these spider people. We see 3 of them for sure. We see
Wait, it's 5 of them?
Yeah, we see the one who is sitting in the center of the forest.
Right, which is literally the one controlling all of the other demon slayers.
We see the one who is the young boy looking one, and then we see the large hulking one in the background.
Oh shit! I might have missed that one. Shit.
So we see 3 for sure, but they say, the family, and he says the 5 of us will live in peace.
Yeah, he does. I'm tripping. Yeah. Oh shit.
So
and he called the what's her name? Mother, right?
Yeah.
The main chick.
Yeah. So we know that there's clearly more of them. We know there's 5 and we see 3.
Come on, Zetsuo, please fucking fight, bro. I just want to see you fight again.
I mean, he don't have a choice. He's gonna have to go in there and shoot the fair ones. Now,
yes, man, I can't wait for that.
My concern is that, like, who's really pulling the strings here, though, right? Is that like, I think the mom.
I see what you did there.
Right. I think the mom is, yes, like, she's the one with the ability to control the others, but I don't think she has I don't think she's actually the strongest. I think it's going to be the boy.
Ooh, do you?
Yeah. I think he's going to be the one that has the most power because he's the one with the vision.
Yeah, we're still missing 2 other ones, though.
That's true. So
2 other ones could be deadly.
That's
one of them. One of them has to be a part of the 12, like, right? Like,
I mean, maybe, but like,
because you can't set up the 12 and literally we don't see them almost until the damn season is over, assuming this is 25 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, it could lead us. It could lead us into what the 12 are or how strong they are. Because let's say she is outside of the 12. Because the last demon we saw was a part of the 12, right? Like
yeah,
he was a part of the 12, but he wouldn't get stronger. So maybe they're setting us up to let you know, like, this is how strong you have to be in a 12. We can see this 5 demon family fight, and they'd be like, yeah, they're not strong enough to be part of the 12. If it's a whole family and y'all not strong enough to be part of the 12, that would give us a better setup.
We're 15 episodes in though, so I mean, I guess they still have time. If it's 25 episodes, that's 10 more episodes for them to establish the 12. But you see how they've been doing these episodes lately, and they've been chopping moving. Yeah, well, slowly though, right? Like they keep leaving these cliffhangers that are like short and sputtering.
They have to give us cliffhangers, though.
I know. I mean, of course, but they don't have to be so, I don't know, short, I guess.
Yeah, I would say
starting to get into DBZ territory.
I would say the part that just entices me the most, alongside Inosuke's Byakugan that he uses.
Byakugan.
Because that's might as well be.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, what did he say? He said
3-step
beast breathing.
Beast breathing.
Beast breathing, 7th form.
Third step,
spatial awareness. That's what it is.
Yeah, spatial awareness. Yeah.
And he sends out this wave of like energy, I'm assuming. Like he just puts his hands in the air. And I'm assuming what he does is just based off of touch. So like he can feel literally just the vibrations in the air, probably.
Yeah.
And that would be ridiculous. I mean, but that's almost like how animals react, right?
That's that beast ability, yeah. That's that.
So they just have that insight to feel like the earth, like they're part of the earth and know what's happening.
You know what this some of the scenes, some of the animation reminded me of? And so for some reason, you know when he was like kind of when they were running through the forest, how that forest looked, the animation of that.
Yeah. In
my head, and this is probably how I'm gonna start the episode now. But in my head, I heard, I heard Us. You know the movie Us, right?
Yeah.
I heard Us trailer theme playing in the background. I got 5 on. Like I just heard that in the background with the dun dun. I don't know why I did. So that's probably how I'm gonna start this episode.
That's not even that's not even bad. That's beautiful.
It's funny.
I got 5 on it.
And it looked like that. Like it looked like that should have been playing in the background with how creepy it looked. It was so dope. This show's animation is beautiful, man.
It is.
It really is really good.
So
God, if I had a nickel for every time I said this animation is beautiful on this podcast, I'd be fucking rich.
do do we think that they're gonna bring back the guy we saw in the first episode to come help defeat these demons?
100%. Yeah, he's probably gonna take it down like half of them by himself. He was a beast.
So,
but is he that much of a beast now that Tanjiro is trained?
Well, so here's the thing, right? Is that there's a bunch of different levels, right? So here, I'll just break down levels to you. Basic level, first level is Mizunoto.
Okay.
They said all this in the first episode. So these are things, or second episode, not the second episode. They said all this in the training when they were on training. So that was second episode. Mizunoto, Mizuno. Kanoto, Kano. Tsuchinoto, Tsuchino. Hinato, Hino. Kinato, Kino. And those are the rankings, right? So right now they're at Mizunato. We don't know where that guy is ranked at.
That's true. What do you think he was ranked at? You had to guess. So we haven't even seen any other ranks, to be fair.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
yet. We will next episode.
We do know that Tanjiro's master, Urokodaki, we do know that he was considered one of the strongest.
They never said his rank, though, did they?
No, they never told us his rank. But we do know that Urokodaki brought demons to that demon mountain. Yep. So he had to be one of the strongest. They did say only the strongest would bring those back.
Yeah, true.
Now, I'm hoping that the dude that comes to help them is somewhere in the middle, because I don't want them just throwing the strongest at us, right?
Yeah, true.
Like let us see how strong the middle class is, and then we're like, ooh, okay. If he's in the middle and he's that strong, like I can't wait to see what a Kino or Kinoto can do. You know,
they are sending the Mizuno, like the two Mizuno people up in there, right, in the mountains. Isn't that what the Demon Slayer like captain said or whatever?
Yeah. So, but I think they're gonna send more, which would be epic because I want to see some real power.
Yeah, they showed them. They look dope. They look super dope. Like this episode was definitely way better than the last two, I would say for sure.
Yeah, I mean, because the last two we only had
well, no, because the one before the last one was pretty good because that's when he fought Kill Guy like fully.
Oh yeah, this is true.
Yeah, so
and we got to also see your boy Inosuke kind of show off his stuff, but
breakdance and shit.
Yeah.
I like Inosuke a lot, man. He slowly started to become like probably one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know why.
I think with some proper development, he'll be all the way out there as a monster, 110%. And then I would love to see some development with Nezuko, though, right? Like I want to see Nezuko kind of. I mean, yeah, this is true, but like, so she can't eat humans. So how does she develop her demon powers? We know
they say she sleeps though.
Yeah, but that doesn't like actually make her stronger. It just sustains her life.
Does it sustain her life or does it feed her? Because they say that's what she does instead of eating humans.
Well, I don't know. I would like to see some development. I want to see her gain some power. I want to see her use her hair as tendrils or something, or I don't know.
Well, we know she can get big and get small. That's fucking dope. That's still so crazy to me. Like that was the first episode, right? Where she just she hulked up on her brother.
It was like, hey, I'm tired of you like not being food. So I'm gonna get bigger and eat you.
Exactly. And then that's when that crazy dude came through.
Yeah.
I'm glad he did, man. This show is fantastic. If it wasn't for him, we would show.
This is true. Tanjiro would be gone already, and Nezuko will be out eating more. So, what's your expectations for the next episode? What do you really want the next episode?
It's just going to be more fights. I want Zetsuo to actually fight. Like if he cries 50% of the episode, I'm still going to hate him. If he can fight at least 70, he'll go up on my list a little bit.
All
But
right.
I'm ready to see them throw now.
So I'm gonna tell you what I think is gonna happen with Zenitsu. I think Zenitsu's gonna go into the woods, prepared to fight, and he's gonna wuss out again. And he's gonna have to build up some courage. I think Inosuke
Is he gonna fall asleep though? This episode. That's the real.
I don't think he's gonna fall asleep. I think he's gonna stay awake. I don't think he's gonna be scared enough to fall asleep. I think Inosuke is going to go and do something reckless and almost get himself in a bad situation. And Tanjiro is gonna come help him. Tanjiro or Zenitsu, one of them two are gonna go help him.
Definitely,
because he's gonna go do something reckless. We don't know that. We don't know that.
I do.
Zenitsu came through in a clutch before, didn't he?
I can put my paycheck on it. He ain't saving anything else.
Okay.
That dude, he's definitely not. But I hope so, man.
Yeah. Such a beautiful everything for that show. Now I just got to get you to watch this Astra Lost in Space.
I'm probably gonna start it right after this podcast. I'm gonna finish these last couple of episodes. I got a Grand Quest War, and then I'm watching that. You should watch Grand Quest War though.
I am.
It's definitely really good.
I gotta watch it, especially because I felt like I'm just so surprised by how much I liked Astra Lost in Space. And there's a second episode that I want to watch, and it's only 22 minutes. And I'm like, look, he's salty that it's only 22 minutes.
That's how I was with Shield Hero too, dude. I'm like, fuck, this episode is. I thought this was gonna be a literally a series just full of 40-minute episodes. I would have been in love.
All right, why y'all playing with me like this?
It's like one of the movies I watched was exactly 30 minutes. I'm like, why is this a movie? But let me give you the name of that movie, because that movie, something about that movie had me like, yo, this is actually insane. Because what it is this is one of those movies that mix real life animation with anime, and like, because it's based off of real Japanese locations, so the way they kind of like mix in the art, it's called A Word in the Garden Woods. That shit is, it's a beautiful movie. A lot less talking than most stories. The dub voice acting sucks, but it's a good story. It's a good story. I know. So it's pretty good though. It's pretty good. And with that, should we wrap up?
Yes, sir.
Hey, thank you so much for checking out Mic Check Waifu Waifu. Make sure you rate on iTunes. You can listen on iTunes or everywhere. Follow us on Twitter. I'm at Polo Born Fly.
And I'm at King Taliano on Twitter and Naughty Gentleman on Instagram.
Don't forget that in the show notes, there is a giveaway. So make sure you sign up for that giveaway. We would appreciate it. The giveaway ends July 29th, which is the last show of the month of July. So we'll announce the winner on that episode. So thank y'all so much for watching. We'll see y'all next episode.
Peace.
Bye.
One way or another.
All right, Craig. Get your ass out of here.
Peace, Craig. I miss you.
I miss you, Craig.